So what have we just conveyed to you? So you do the vortex work because you care about how you feel, and you make how you feel the manifestation that you're looking for because you have complete control over that right here and now. And you do it often enough that you find pretty steady, ready resonance with your vortex, and then all of the things that you've put into the vortex now, because of your state of resonance and alignment, begin to reveal themselves to you in the form of manifestation. And people who are watching you say, what kind of magic pill did you take? And you say, I discovered what true manifestation is, gave it my undivided attention, and now the cooperative universe is yielding to me in specific detail each and everything that I've ever asked for. That's the way that it works. So have we convinced you that manifestation is the way you feel? And have we convinced you that the way you feel is something that is changeable within the next 5 minutes once you know this? Less, really, but it is changeable. So you have complete control over the only manifestation that matters, which is the manifestation of you allowing the fullness of who you are to be present in this moment, because you are the manifester of the manifestation, which is you. You are the one who does it. You are the one who bees it. You are the one who is it. You are the one who are it. You are the manifestation and the creator of the manifestation. And if you've got that, then you've got everything that you need. And we can now return to your vortex and bask in the deliciousness of the rendezvous that we will one day have, maybe today and maybe when you croak. You don't have to wait until you croak to be the manifester of the joy that you have put into your vortex. You can have it now. How would you know when you're allowing the fullness of who you are to flow? You feel really good. You feel frisky. You feel clear-minded. You feel flexible. You feel intelligence. You feel all-knowingness. You feel intuitiveness. You feel harmony. You feel love. You feel appreciation. You feel tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You feel the fullness of who you are. And when you pinch it off, and it's easy to do because it's easy to get out of sync with Source. All you have to do is get mad at somebody. You're out of sync with Source. All you have to do is not like yourself a little. You're out of sync with Source. All you have to do is nitpick over some unimportant thing and make something that isn't important important. In other words, as you focus lackfully, you're always out of sync with Source. As you focus critically, you're always out of sync with Source. So what's up with Source? Does Source have no discerning ability? Is Source just blinded by love? Pretty much. Does Source always need to find the positive aspects? Can Source not be objective enough to see that something is screwy with that? Well, it isn't that Source doesn't see the screwiness. It's just that Source accepts the screwiness as not wrong, as not threatening. Source sees the variety in contrast. Source just, and you may want to write this down because it is profound beyond profound. Source just doesn't freak out. Source doesn't find unimportant things and use it as the excuse to pinch itself off from the source of Source. And when you reach that place where you really get it, that everything is all right, and that every contrasting experience is just right in its providing desire. And this is the piece that is new. In all of this conversation about deliberate creation, we've been encouraging you to focus your thoughts. Today, we're encouraging you to focus your thoughts still, but focus them around the subject of emotion. In other words, focus your thoughts on how you want to feel. And leave it at that. Because we've been saying to you for a while that you have enough vibrational basis in your vortex of creation to keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes of manifestation.
That's incredible.
And it's time for you to start cashing in your coupons. It's time for you to begin redeeming what you've put there. And the way to do it is to focus on this emotional basis. We've been playing with the law of attraction cards, pointing out that when you try to affirm something wanted from a place of feeling its absence, that all you end up doing is affirming its absence in a more powerful way. You don't mean to. In other words, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money. When you want more money, just makes the absence of money more painful. And the more specific you get about why you want the money, when you really feel the absence of the money, it makes you sort of dig in a way you don't mean to. Where if you can get more general, it causes you to release your grip just a little bit, you see. That's the process that is the most leading edge and active. And now we're filling it in with more detail about this emotional basis. And as you listen and resonate and then play with it over the next few days, you're going to discover the power of it. So here you are, exposed to all of this, yes, and having an experience that makes you say, I'm not ready to croak. I want more of this physical experience. And the idea of leaving that and returning to something that you have fashioned as some sort of nebulous mist, sort of being part of the soup instead of out here with the specificness, yes, that is me. That's what's causing you to feel that discomfort. But consider this. This is the part of it that you have all forgotten. This is the part of it that we so want to reinsert into the dialogue so that you can return to your true knowing. As you reemerge into what is non-physical and become something like what we are trying to describe ourselves as Abraham as being, we want you to know that we are fully focused back out here on the leading edge with you. In other words, this is the leading edge. This is the leading edge. The only difference between you as you in your experiential understanding or beingness as source as compared with the physical vantage point is that in physical you are more specifically focused as human, more specifically focused. Here you are in this room, while from your non-physical vantage point you have the ability to have greater awarenesses of more things simultaneously. But having said all of that, source is still dramatically focused in moments in time. That's why when you're having a moment of negative emotion, it always means source is focused right there with you on exactly the same thing you're focused on, but seeing it different. Seeing it different. Yes. And the very fact that you can ever feel negative emotion is your evidence that there is a part of you that is seeing it differently.
Yes, I know.
And once you get that, and then you strive to see it like source sees it, you can, in a very short time, long before you're ready to make your reemergence back into non-physical, you can walk this planet and feel as source feels, feeling the wholeness or the oneness of all of that. But you won't call it oneness when it's on a billion different topics. You don't call it oneness when you're having exposure to all of these different experiences.
Yes.
You follow? We're not talking about the big hairy deal of manifesting the car or the empire or the New York Times best-selling book or the most perfect relationship in the world or the magnificent dream body that you're looking for or the recovery from something unwanted physically. We're talking about your ability to manifest the emotion that you're going to get from it after you get that manifestation now. You don't have to wait for the manifestation to show up in order to get the manifestation of emotion, which is the reason you're doing it anyway. That's our point. Did you hear it? So, and will you admit that you want it for the emotional reward anyway? And do you believe that you can get the emotional reward before you get the manifestation that supports it? That really is the big question. Because if you believe that, then you're home free. So let us ask you some questions, because let's establish a beginning point and then we'll move on to new heights. Do you accept, at least to some degree, that you are a vibrational being? And do you accept that the way you feel is your indicator of one thing only? How much of your whole perspective you're allowing or not? Isn't that interesting? So if I'm afraid, that means I should be afraid. Because if I feel fear, what it really means is I've established a vibration that isn't including the wholeness of who I am, so my point of attraction can't let in what I really want. So your fear is letting you know that your point of attraction is not including what you want. It's sort of like if you would stand over there, you'd get it, but while you're standing over here, you can't. So you're standing over here in fear and you can't get it. So then we say, stand over there and get it. You say, okay, I'll stand over there. I'm on my way. I'll stand over there. But it's not easy to, on a dime, turn those emotions around, is it? And why is that? Why can't you just feel good because you want to? Why can't you just switch your vibration like you do a light switch? Because law of attraction is shoring you up with things that match pretty much where you are. So you say, well, this sucks. You're telling me I want to go over there, but I can't go over there because I'm over here. Is that right? Well, it's almost right. What we're saying is you want to go over there, but you can't go over there quickly because you've been practicing being over here. You got to change the way you practice. So the first step is, do you believe that over there exists? Do you believe that there is a vibrational version of you that includes the new and improved version of you? Do you believe that the larger part of you, the non-physical part of you that remains non-physically focused even while you're here in this physical body, is already standing there perceiving that new and improved life experience? And by that we mean, what do you think? Oh, this is so good. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, we're just going to enjoy it to ourselves for a little while. What do you think your inner being's perspective is? What do you think? Start again. So, if manifestation is emotion, did we get you on that one? Do you accept that in the moment of your emotion, you are having a manifestation, and that your emotion itself is a manifestation? It's a manifestation of what? It's a manifestation, an indication, a manifestation, an indication. It's proof, it's evidence. It's a manifestation of the vibrational mix that's going on within you. How much of who you really are you allowing yourself to blend with right here, right now? We've told you everything that is important for the successful life that you've come to live. There's just one thing that we want to add to this brilliant preface that we have just delivered to you. And that is the source within you. And we stand in that place because we are non-physical energy. We are focused within your physical reality through you all day, every day. In other words, whether you are up to speed with us enough to feel it or not, we're right there. So we want to present to you a picture of the cycle of life, because we want you to understand that you were source energy, but you still are, even though you're in this body. And that while you're in this body, you are exploring and expanding, and you are causing the source within you to become more. And that source within you is focused through you. And so it's just this continual cycle where who you were is now who you are, and who you are is who you now are, and who you are is who you are. In other words, you can't separate yourself ever from who you really are. Not really. But you can do a pretty good job of pinching it off, and that's what negative emotion is. And we're not asking anyone who is feeling bad to extract good things from negative conversations. You can't do it. But we are asking you to notice the difference in how you feel and make it sort of your life quest to feel as good as you can feel, as often as you can feel good. And as you begin to accomplish that, then the manifestations that keep showing up in your experience will reflect it. Esther has had such a strong revelation of that just recently, as she realizes the immediate correlation between the thought that she has just been entertaining and the depth and breadth of the energy and emotion in it, and what happens or comes out of the mouth of the next person who walks through the next door. Right. It's like everyone is lined up ready to say, this is how you're feeling, 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 this is how you're feeling. And it really is like that. Every manifestation is, this is how you're feeling, this is how you're feeling. But there's more to the message. This is how you're feeling, want to keep it. This is how you're feeling, want to keep it. This is how you're feeling, want to keep it. This is how you're feeling, like to let that go. Yes. So if this is how you're feeling and you want to keep it, get specific, milk it, milk it, milk it, milk it, milk it. Practice the vibration of any part of your life you want to keep. This is how you're feeling, want to keep it. No, go general, go general, go general, go general. And what you'll begin to discover in a very short period of time is you can clean up your vibration with all of these helpful subjects that are coming to you incrementally and in bite-sized pieces, enough that you can resolve them. And it is our promise to you, the manifestation will come so fast on the heels of it that you will not doubt your power of manifestation. We love talking about law of attraction. You know why? It's general.